fantastic. He's got it! Oh, what a take! What a try!
And on the front of today's programme, it says Wembley is only 80 minutes away. It is for one side. For the other side, it's going to be a long old wait until they get the chance again. Our commentary team today, Jonathan Davis is alongside Dave Woods.
Well, it is immense. Two teams who just keep turning up to big occasions like this. They both know their way around the big stage, and over the years, when they've been pitched together, they have created some fantastic dramas. Wembley might be more than 80 minutes away, you know, because they've done it before, had to go to extra time. 7 years ago, they met in what was rated as one of the best semi-finals of all time. 26-all it finished that day after 80 minutes, and it took some magic from Kevin Sinfield to turn it Leeds' way on that occasion. We could be in for something very, very similar here today, because they are so well matched. St Helens suffering that late withdrawal, of course, of Leon Price. But otherwise, two teams full of pedigree. Well, this is the Leeds team in the backs, more or less at full strength. Lee Smith returning to the right wing in place of Scott Donald. Rob Burrow recently returned from a knee injury. And in the forwards, they are without Carl Ablett, who's suspended. Lawatiti injured. Kevin Sinfield, the pivot, the man who makes Leeds tick. And what a day for 20-year-old Chris Clarkson. Part-time bricklayer 12 months ago. Potential Challenge Cup hero today. The big news, no Leon Price. Late withdrawal because of a neck injury. His absence and the continued absence of Carl Eastman means they are missing two of their brightest stars. James Roby gets the start, Kieran Cunningham on the bench. They will swap and change, and another youngster with a chance to shine, Sean McGuinness. Local lad has been making a big impression in recent weeks, and they are well matched on the bench. Two good dummy halves in Diskin for Leeds and Cunningham for St Helens, and plenty of big hitting forwards as well. And our referee today is Phil Bentham in his 20th season as a top-grade referee. He too is a man of plenty of experience when it comes to these big occasions. And it's going to be one of the youngsters, Jamie Foster, to apply the boot to ball for the very first time. It's caught by Leeds' Danny Maguire, and Peacock instantly met by a wall of St Helens defenders and pushed back. These first 10 minutes are not going to be for the faint-hearted, are they, Jonathan Davis?
No, they're not. They're very unfamiliar-looking Saints side, but, you know, quality throughout. The problem they might have if they get an injury at the half-back is the backup coming off the bench. A very strong bench, but not in the half-back department.
Well, if St Helens fans' hearts sank at the news that Leon Price was not playing today, they would have been reminded of when these two met in the Challenge Cup last season at the 4th round, when John Wilkin that day was a makeshift halfback and was absolutely outstanding in helping his side to victory with his kicking game and taking the team around the field. So they know they have an able deputy. Well, let's not kid ourselves. If he had the choice, Leon Price would be in there. John Wilkin, a man of so many parts over so many seasons for St Helens. It's Roby, the man who's moved up at dummy half here. Leeds having gone through their set without any mishaps, and Saints looking for something similar as Graham drives it in. One of those on-form British forwards, James Graham. Here's Hargreaves. Another who might well be pushing himself into contention for possible England inclusion at the Four Nations at the end of this season. Wilkin lifting it high, it's a tester here. Foster was trying to get in the way of it, but it hasn't fallen his way. And Keith Senior with a take for Leeds.
I think that could be a regular occurrence. Good yardage, and then Wilkin to put it up in the air, and good pressure from young Foster. You know, looking at the St Helens side, very strong pack, very strong bench as well up the forward. So I think they'll take it to Leeds up the middle and then get a good kicking game with Wilkin.
In terms of Challenge Cup pedigree, by the way, the players we're looking at out on the field today, and the interchanges as well, have between them 38 Challenge Cup winners' medals. Leeds have 3 of them. It just shows you how much St Helens have dominated this competition in recent times. And a chance here, Wilkin will pick up and pounce, and Melly will score the game's opening try. Less than 3 minutes played, and time to celebrate before he touches down. But we're going to have to see this again. The video referee...
Check in how the ball came out, please.
I'm not sure the body language of both sides think it's a knock-on and they're walking back to the spot. The tackle by Flannery. Melly, great support, great skills by John Wilkin, but it all comes back to the tackle. Very laboured pass by Peacock, puts Steinberg under pressure.
Well,
Flannery touches the ball.
But was it in the act of making the tackle? It's one of those great grey areas,
that
isn't
is the
it?
call. Yeah, he is definitely making a tackle, but he does knock it on. So it does come down to the call again of the video referee, doesn't it?
Well, if he's caught the ball in the act of making the tackle and therefore didn't intend to strike the ball, it's a try. If Ian Smith, the video referee, thinks he knocked it on, it is no try. Here we go.
Well,
decision made. Ian Smith has pushed the button and says no try. He has ruled it was a knock-on, so we already have a talking point.
He was going to make a tackle, but unfortunately knocked the ball on before contact. But as soon as the try was scored, the players come back. They knew it wasn't a try. Great support by Melly, of course. Favourite position on the wing.
Well, as you say, Jiffy, the clue was in the body language. There's a great deal of complaint from the St Helens players, was there? Sinfield, the man at dummy half here, as Jamie Jones Buchanan takes it on. He was falling into the tackle, so it looked higher than it was.
Yeah.
Peacock, he'll urge his body into that St Helens line throughout the 80 minutes here. It's going to be collected at dummy half by Buderas. Sinfield running into Flannery. So an early chance here for Leeds to press this St Helens line. Bailey, one of the arch enemies of those St Helens supporters. Sixth tackle coming up, so maybe we'll see the kick. Burrow on the left foot, trying to measure it. Foster's underneath it. Hall with a challenge, but carried it too far.
Just a little bit too far.
The in goals look quite narrow, actually, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Here we are. It's a good chase. Ryan Hall is a monster of a guy. You know, he's just, when he's coming tearing down after you with one sight.
It's Hargreaves with the initial drive.
Move! Hold! Go!
Here's Roby. Flannery.
2! Move!
This is Graham now with the hands. He's such a clever footballer, James Graham. He's not all bish and bash. He has the clever hands as well.
Yeah, great offload. Takes the ball to the line.
This is Roby. Flannery. Wilkin. Wellens. Fluent. As is St Helens style. But Leeds there to cover. They still have tackles in the bag. Wilkin puts it over the top.
Good cover by Smith. Read the play very, very well.
Surrender!
Decent distance covered as well. And what an important day for John Wilkin. What an important role. Here's Keith Senior now. The old warhorse. And the offload is good too. Webb. Here's Maguire.
They got numbers now on the right. If they go early.
Buderas. Sinfield.
There's the key. There's the key player, I think, for Leeds today. Sinfield. Is he at the centre of everything, Kevin Still been having a superb season.
Move! Hold!
This is Buderas. Robbie Burrow up to the line, and back it goes to young Chris Clarkson.
Well read. More.
Hold!
Last tackle will be the next. Burrow looking for a bit of space in which to drill the ball. Gardner's there to cover. It's a decent Leeds chase here. Straight into the shoulder of Ryan Bailey.
Move!
Wilkin, Flannery. There's Melly just on his outside. He's been playing in the centres.
Move!
We know him as a winger, Francis Melly, but the last few weeks he has been playing more and more in the centres to cover what has been a problem position for St Helens.
Yeah. It'll be like a game of chess the first 20 minutes and feel each other out. No mistakes, good kicking game and play the territorial game.
Surrender!
Leave the nerves settle a little bit. Big prize at the end.
Roby. Wilkin whisking it away to this right-hand side. Gidley held up, but did well to get the ball away to Matty Ashurst.
5!
Another of those St Helens youngsters who's really making a name for himself. It's right across Super League, really. How many young players have come through this season? Safely patched by Smith.
Slightly rushed that kick. Scott Moore going against the grain with the right foot.
Delaney. He's a big lad, isn't he? Brett Delaney, new to Leeds this season. Sinfield, he's senior, doing a bit of work down the middle here, helping his forwards out.
Both sets of back doing a lot of work.
Badeiras away to Burrow. Burrow up to the line. That little scampering step of his. Such a difficult customer for the big men especially to deal with. Peacock away to Bailey. Tackle 6, 22 yards out.
Badeiras has started very sharply today.
Sinfield, Maguire, they're going to run it here. Maguire's desperately looking for support. Little kick by Delaney, but
It's a late shot, I think, on Sinfield.
He looks in a bad way as well here, doesn't he, Kevin Sinfield?
I think there's more. More just hit him, I think. I think his hands are in the air, exposed the ribs. Let's have a look. I don't think that's late.
Well, it wasn't too late, was it?
I'd like to see that, you know.
Certainly wasn't high, and it was. If it was late, it was only by a moment or two.
Let's see how, you know, at normal speed, because sometimes when it slows down, if it goes at full speed, just so that's not late. That is not late. That is a wrong call by the referee, I feel, not the penalty. It'll be interesting to see the, you know, the comments from the guys in studio.
Well, Kevin Sinfield has a chance to kick the first two here. 7 years ago, he had to kick one from the touchline with barely seconds left to play to tie the game, to take it into extra time. It was one of the great Kevin Sinfield moments.
Yeah, great kick.
But here it's a much simpler task. Relatively speaking, it is still a semi-final. Nerves are still jangling. Well, he'll take as much time as he can here. He's kicking into the teeth of a gale, because it is the St Helens supporters who are in the greatest number behind the post to which he's kicking at the moment. There's a picture of pure concentration, and sends it over. So the opening 2 points for Leeds. Kevin Sinfield with a goal, but the question is, should it have been a penalty? Brian Noble, Justin Morgan in the studio. What do you think?
Well, I certainly feel that it wasn't a penalty. You look at it from that vision, and maybe it's the case for the referee, but we encourage our players to be so fast and so strong. When you're committed to that kind of tackle, it wasn't a foul play. I think it was a harsh call on him.
Well, here we go again. High kick, taken easily enough by Maguire, and on by Peacock, and Tanya has news on the touchline. Oh, he's been lost here. It's lost. We'll go to Tanya in a second, because St Helens have a position now from which they can strike back. Graham to Wilkin. Here's Wellens.
It's just a little bit flat there, St Helens, just a little bit flat.
Well, the sun has suddenly come out, and St Helens find themselves in a very advantageous position here. Matty Ashurst. You can see how close they are here. Roby off from dummy half and tries to burrow in. Leeds' defence is wise to that and close him down.
Great defence, great body angle by Roby.
Wellens away to Moore. Moore with a step off the left foot, but into more trouble. Wilkins, swamped by Leeds defenders, still gets it away. The cries of a forward pass from the Leeds supporters. McGuinness is the man who's tackled. Here's Moore. Now Graham. Soft hands again by the prop. Wellens just held up. Roby. Moore looking for the kick to the corner. Smith's underneath it. Gardner's leapt superbly well, but in trying to get it away, has given it away.
Yeah, great take. Again, if you look at it there, Moore was going in the wrong direction for the right-footed kicker. Wilkin, the left-footed kicker, should be taking the kicks going to that corner, and then Moore should be taking the kicks going to the other corner.
Peacock with a drive. Tanya had news on the touchline. Tanya.
Yeah, just Kevin Sinfield took that knock on his shoulder. He's all right at the moment. They are keeping an eye on it, and you have seen him just moving his shoulder around there out on the pitch.
That is key. He stays fit for Leeds. That's a terrific kick. It's inside the 40, but it's not going to bounce out of play. Had it done so, it would have been Leeds' head and feed at the scrum. Instead, it's Wellens who brings it away. covering decent ground. Nearly 10 minutes played already here. Here's Gidley.
Oh, he wanted the guy on the outside to stay outside. But unfortunately, Ashurst is not a winger, so he couldn't keep up with him. The opportunity was there.
Third. Move. Hold. Goal 3.
Roby. And again by Sean McGuinness, a young player who's really beginning to hit his straps, and that's one of the reasons why, his ability to offload like that, and Roby scampering away. 10 metres bought by the clever hands of McGuinness. And then the not so clever hands of James Graham on that occasion. Knock on.
Yeah, miracle ball. James Graham looking like he's going to ground. Support player, a little bit too close for him. Hargreaves.
Fiery character James Graham, he's very much the modern day prop forward. Has the impact, has the hands, has the all-round effort.
Okay, fellas, let him bind. Out.
Delaney
One.
with the initial drive.
Go.
Here's Burrow. And again by Chris Clarkson.
Move.
Part-time bricklayer 12 months ago. What a rise it's been for him. Here's Peacock now. Just seems to have been playing forever, Jamie Peacock.
Move. Hold. Go. 3.
Yeah, just Kevin Sinfield's been in back play, just flexing his knee, not the shoulder, but he just seems to be flexing his right leg there, and just seems to be struggling a little bit.
Burrow. Clarkson. Oh, we got it away, but only to Gidley. And Gidley's doing well here. Support. Foster was quickly up there on his shoulder, but there were too many Leeds defenders to get it away.
Good play by Gidley. Looked for the pass, but it wasn't on. And again,
Flannery.
Lee Smith comes in off his line. Very clever play. Read the play.
Jimmy.
McGuinness.
Third. Move.
Still have tackles in the bag here. Still 3 tackles to come for St Helens, and they're in a decent position. Wellens, Gidley. Risky pass, but the odds were always in St Helens' favour. Here comes Roby. And Foster's the man who's moved up to acting half again now, trying to keep St Helens alive here. Wilking away, McGuinness again. He's getting involved in so much at the moment in the middle. 5 tackles gone, 1 to come. More. Here's Roby. The attempted charge down, it's over here. Massively over here.
Yeah, that's the difference, you know. He's a hooker. Right idea, but execution poor. You need the right people in the right position. And St Helens have had good field position, good territory, you know, good possession. But what's coming out at the moment is that lack of creativity which you'd have, you know, from your proper half-backs. He's doing a good job at the moment, but just that little bit of lack of creativity.
Possession and position is more or less shared, although St Helens just edging it in terms of the time they've had the ball inside the Leeds half. Sinfield. Oh, that's a nice one for Webb. Webb looked on the inside, but Maguire had gone the other way, but he's still going here, as is Burrow, with a broken play action. Maguire using the man on the inside as a foil, and Maguire with a step, and over the top it goes, just beyond the fingertips of Ryan Hall. And bouncing out of play. But a real chance for Leeds.
He was just screaming at the winger, be flat on my shoulder, but a lovely break. Should he have taken him on there? Why not, you know? Foster had him. Good running by Maguire. Initial break from Webb.
Leeds have made a change here. Burgess is the man who's come on, and Peacock is the man who's gone off. That'll happen all day, of course, so many interchanges allowed. 12 in total.
Well, the St Helens fans are now screaming, not square at the play the ball.
Here's Hargreaves. Roby. Now Graham. Back to Moore. And the shoulder in very quickly into Matty Ashurst. Robbie Burrow instrumental in the defence there, but Roby out from dummy half is looking to make ground with this kick.
Great kick.
Webb penned in the corner, and a very good chase as well. Robbie Paul, what news?
Well, this game's been played at such an intensity. You're going to need to keep your eyes on the Leeds halfback pairing, Danny Maguire and Robbie Burrows. They'll come into this more and more often as they start to see the St Helens defenders start to tire.
Sinfield. Maguire. Oh, Maguire just slipping round James Graham. Fortunately, Hargreaves was there from a St Helens point of view. Here's Burrow. Oh, it's loose handling. And Jamie Jones-Buchanan is just, he's not, he's lost it. It's Polatua. But the flag is up from the touch judge on the far side.
Should be interesting.
Well, the touch judge on the far side is James Child, who is a Super League referee, so he carries some authority. I'm not saying that not every touch judge carries authority, of course they do, but he more than most.
Okay, no problem. Paul! Paul! Tell Paul Helens.
Let's see what the referee has to say here.
Okay, we're going to let challenge on the passer again.
Phil,
Yeah,
he's been so close to the line, he can't stay off him.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're deciding whether or not he's committed or not. We don't think he is. It's Francis Melly. You need to speak to him.
Their team is showing goals, they're always doing it.
That is absolutely pathetic. You have to say, you know,
See, James?
you have to have a you can't leave a guy of, you know, the quickness of feet just standing around. You've got to make the tackle. He stepped out to that tackle. That's a wrong decision.
Well, it's a common complaint from players and coaches, isn't it, that unless you play the game and coach the game, you don't entirely understand what's happening on the pitch, and that's one where the referee has seen something that he thought was wrong, but the players would tell you very differently.
And also, you know, Paul Wellens made a very valid point there. When you take it to the line, it's very, very difficult not to commit to the tackle.
Remains 2-0 for Leeds. The boot of Kevin Sinfield, all that separates these two sides with 16 minutes played. Here's Burrow, inside for Bailey.
Move! Hold!
Baderas, scampering left and then going right with a step to Sinfield, and Burgess trying to muscle forward again.
Move!
They're moving ominously close here, Leeds. It's Burrow, back to Webb. Plenty of cover defence for St Helens on the inside. Here's Clarkson now from dummy half. Bailey driving it in on the angle. That was tackle 5. Here comes the last. Baderas back to Burrow. Burrow looks and puts the short kick in, looking for the post. Got it, Wellens. As ever, superbly placed and very good hands.
He is magnificent in that situation.
Claims that he's being held down by the St Helens supporters.
Yeah, I think Sinfield went down at a bit of seconds there. Great play, just watch, makes a tackle. He said he wasn't tackled.
Total awareness. There's Wilkin, he's trying to work an overlap here. Smith having to come in to block the route for Melly, and it's going to be a penalty. St Helens way. Just a bit of a grab round the shoulders. Tanya Arnold.
Yeah, I've got Leon Price with me. Leon, what do you make of the opening skirmishes?
I think we look a little bit unsettled, obviously because we've not played with the two halves like this for quite a while. Leeds look dangerous. Maguire's running out of dummy half and looking sharp. Sinfield's took a couple of nice carries, but we look a little bit unsettled.
How's John Wilkin doing in your position?
He's doing good. Obviously, the more he gets into the game, the better. But you know, Wilco play well.
Leon, thanks very much.
All right, no, cheers.
Here comes Ashurst. St Helens setting up camp inside this Leeds 20 here now.
Hold, lads.
3 tackles to come. Roby. Drive and a hard hit to the line. And Paul Clough, who's on from the interchange bench. Roby away to Polatua. Polatua almost in his stride, just grabbed around the ankles by Brett Delaney. Here comes Roby. Little twist by Clough. Lost it. Leeds breathe a huge sigh of relief.
The lack of organisation on last tackle, again, that comes from, you know, the half-back, and it is going to be difficult for the new half-backs to do that.
It's brewing up nicely, this game, isn't it? Ryan Hall, and now Senior collecting from dummy half, and off he goes.
It's good play by
Maguire. He just stayed down on his haunches. Looks like he might have just got a little knot there as he took that ball in. There's Lee Smith, lost it and caught cleanly.
And they saying he wasn't in an onside position.
We've seen a few handling errors so far, haven't we?
Yeah, that's the only thing with Leeds at the moment. They are putting themselves under pressure by mistakes.
9 in total,
Well,
5 against 4.
Move! Hold!
Here's
hold,
Roby.
3.
Moore. Wilkin. It's flat. Flannery gathered in the moment he got the ball. Wilkin away from dummy half. Wellens back to Roby. 3 surrounding, but still gets it away. And they're dangerous here. Clough changing direction.
So that's what.
Oh, well, he's lost it again.
And that's the problem now. You've got forwards on the fringe. You've got your Ashurst. You know, there also Hargreaves. And they're not accustomed to being in that position, attacking people that are quicker than them.
Well, it's not the pure game that we expected so far, is it? It's
Say it again, please.
fascinating, it's intense, but it's yet to break out.
I think it's a game I expected from St Helens, you know, but looking at their bench as well, they're going to power up the middle and try and out-muscle. Great kick. Great kick. But I'm saying, like, you know, as Robbie said, because of all the forwards and the big men on the field, the half-backs from Leeds will be a threat the last 10 minutes of each half.
It's Burgess with the initial drive. This is Burrow. Bailey wanted it, but it goes to Webb. Webb just skipping away from intended tacklers, and Senior inside, and Webb will create one for Hall at the corner, and Ryan Hall will score it. But it's a try that owes so much to the power and precision of Keith Senior, with the angled run and the set-up pass, and finished superbly in the end by Ryan Hall.
Brent Webb's ability there to keep defenders away from him, keep the ball alive. Here we are. There we are, Webb. Just watch. He dances, gets away, gets a pass. There he is, comes inside the offload, and Webb is there on the inside support. Very, very good try. Just watch. There he is. Fens, gets the ball away. Senior changes off the left foot, hand free, offloads again. Easy try, really, for Hall. He's going to finish him so easy, very clinical finisher.
Well, I think it's 24 tries now this season in all competitions for Ryan Hall. And playing on the outside of Keith Senior does help, but he's a very, very good finishing wingman. Big, powerful, plenty of pace as well. And Kevin Sinfield now has a chance to add another 2. Right-footed, so the natural angle to try and curl this one in. There it goes, and the flags will rise.
Great kick.
8-0 Leeds lead. And it is looking good from the Yorkshire club's point of view.
It is very, very clinical finishing. Difference at the moment is pace, I think. They look far more dangerous when they're on the attack.
St Helens need a quick response. Leeds looking to power it back to the other end if they can. 17 minutes of the first half remaining in the sunshine at Huddersfield, with the glorious of sunshine of Wembley beckoning here. Brian McLennan would love to be the coach that took Leeds back there for the first time in 11 years. So Leeds fans are in the best voice at the moment. Here's Sinfield. Kieran Cunningham's on the field, by the way. He's come on from Ashurst, I think.
Hold, go.
So it will be he and Roby and Moore on the field at the moment, but here comes Maguire down the middle.
Desperate tackle.
Oh, he's still going.
Desperate tackle by Moore. He was away there.
Badeiras from acting half. Sinfield again. Leeds looking to turn the screw here. Gardner's underneath it. Leaps well enough. Leeds have them where they want them. Tanya Arnold on the touchline. What news from you?
Dave, well, Kevin Sinfield was taking that conversion. Brett Delaney was getting some treatment, took a nasty knock in his knee, which apparently froze up, but they have managed to free it, but they are keeping an eye on him as well.
Not square at the play of the ball, so a penalty here for St Helens. And a very, very welcome chance to clear their lines here, Jonathan.
Yeah, I felt that was a big set of 6, knocked the stuffing out of him a little bit, but Donny Maguire is looking very threatening.
7 years ago, he was an emerging talent, wasn't he, when he played that starring role in this semi-final here against St Helens.
Surrender!
Very much an established talent these days. Cunningham. Now Roby. Trying to push the big fellas away, but Bailey's hanging on and Badira's hanging on too. 3 tackles to come. Cunningham. Here's Wilkin. Pulatua's running, but it's behind to Wellens, and Wellens gets it away, and Ashurst. Now, did it come off on Leeds' hands there? Gidley's claiming it did. The referee's saying it didn't.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Well, they are adamant, aren't they, Gidley and Foster, that touched the Leeds' hand on its way through. Touch judge on this near side, Clint Sherrod says no.
From that angle, you can't see. Gidley says it was. I don't think it did.
It didn't look like it, did it?
No.
So that the right decision was made.
Ouch.
Yep.
Here's Senior again.
1. Move! Hold!
Maguire wants to get on with it.
Go! On the move, Cole Saints, come on. 2! Move! Wait. No.
Badiras. Leeds looking to get going again here. They are looking the better team at the moment, aren't they?
They are at the moment. You know, that link between forwards and backs looks a lot smoother, and you can understand why. Knock on.
Burgess knocked on.
But they can't afford to be, you know, making handling errors in their own half, because St Helens' quality side will capitalise on it. I think they've got to start mismatching and getting, you know, the bigger forwards like Flannery, Pulatua, running at Maguire and Burrow.
Here's Roby.
He is a great player, this kid, I tell you, Roby. Dangerous wherever he plays.
Wilkin. Now Clough. Saints looking towards this right-hand side of their attack. They'll switch the other way. Cunningham to Wilkin. In that pivotal role, Pulatua now. Such a big, strong fella that he's always capable of getting that ball away.
You can see his power of St Helens against the guile of Leeds at the moment.
Cunningham. Here's Moore off the left
ball.
foot. Wellens holding on nicely. Has he reached? I think he has, you know. He has. Paul Wellens with terrific hands there to hang on and drag St Helens right back into this semi-final.
Well played, Scott Moore. You have to say, the inside ball, this guy may be, you know, Wellens, one of the best players in Super League. There's the mistake, first of all, who sets up the position. Wellens maybe, you know, lacks that yard for international football, but their inside ball, he can sniff his way to the try line, and the referee could not be in a better position. Just watch. Great try, they're back.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Jamie Foster with a chance to put 2 more points on the board. He's a prolific kicker for a young man, Jamie Foster. Such an outstanding talent. Famously, they put a blindfold on him once in training and made him kick from the touchline. I think he got something like 6 or 7 out of 10, even with a blindfold on and right in front of the sticks. Even in the semi-final, he's not going to miss. 8 points to 6 the scoreline, and we have a very nicely balanced cup tie again here.
Just watch. Steps inside, lovely inside ball. That call would have come from Wellens as well.
Just when it looked as though Leeds were turning the screw and taking control of this game, relatively speaking, St Helens with the old redoubtable Paul Wellens serving his coach Mick Potter well. Veteran of all 10 of St Helens' successive semi-finals. Remember this, their 10th successive semi-final they're playing today. Welland's the only one who played in them all.
Lucky there.
Thanks for a high shot.
From
Gidley.
From Paul Burrow. Rob Burrow, sorry.
Tanya, what news?
I've got Leeds runners Luke Ambler with me. Luke, what do you make of the game so far?
It's been a tough battle so far at the middle. You know, we're killing ourselves a bit with ball. I think if we keep hold up ball and keep playing as fast as we are, I think we should get to grips with it and take this game to them.
Thanks very much, Luke.
Thank you.
Very good play by Cunningham there, and poor kick.
Well, the old man of Kieran Cunningham winning the penalty, didn't he? But then the opportunity wasted. A dreadful kick.
No.
Scott Moore, who played in the final last year for Huddersfield, but it was Roby.
I don't. Why is Roby taking the kick? Don't really understand that.
Well, this is a dropout on the 20, by the way, so it should still be St Helens who get possession back again.
Not
unless, of course, they knock on.
Well, not in the field position they would have had from the penalty, Dave.
Sinfield certainly put a lot of weight behind that, but it's taken well enough by Wellens, and here comes Pulatua to lead that St Helens chase, but Jamie Jones-Buchanan was up there quickly. Cunningham. Wilkins' way is blocked.
Move! Back up and hold.
Cunningham again now. It's the referee to get on with it. Here's James Graham. This time he does go head first into the collision. Trying to punch a way through, push that Leeds defence back a yard or two. Moore. Wellens quickly away to Flannery. That number 13 shirt so famously worn by Paul Sculthorpe, of course, until relatively recently. Melly left it behind. Oh, and it's going to be taken by Wilkin. Now the referee's made a judgment here. He was going to give a knock on, but he saw that Wilkin was going to score, so he thought I might as well wait to see if we can go to video referee.
I think it could be a knock on by Leeds. It could be a knock on by Leeds. I'm not sure, but there was definitely a knock on there somewhere. Wilkin was implying it first was from Leeds. We'll have to wait and see.
Wellens' pass off Melly. Well, there's the knock on.
Is it off the knee or off the hand? Let's have a look.
There's the pass.
Is that off the knee?
You've got to give that as a knock on, haven't you?
Well, does it touch? Hang on, let's have a look.
Yeah, he's got his hand. But then he knocked it backwards onto his knee.
No, that's yeah. I'm not.
Go on, sort that one out.
I don't think it'll be a try.
Well, the easy decision is no try.
Yeah. Yeah,
no try. Ian Smith making what you have to say is the right decision.
Yes.
Twice now, St Helens have been denied. Going to take their time with the scrum here. It's been a tough 30 minutes. It's not the hottest of days, but it is still an energy-sapping occasion. Tanya?
Yeah, Kevin Sinfield's now got his knees strapped up. It was actually in the challenge with James Graham some time ago. They've strapped it up to give it a little bit of support.
Move! Hold! Go!
Diskin. Newly shaved head, Matt Diskin.
2! Move! Hold! Go!
Diskin now picking up. Cunningham offside. Trying to line up Luluai, but he was offside.
It was, yeah.
Kevin Sinfield with a kick to try and get a bit more distance here. Robbie Paul is watching eagle-eyed on the touchlines.
Yeah, well, gents, the Leeds bench must be getting a little nervous because they've introduced Eastwood and Peacock back into the middle of the park. They must have been frightened that St Helens were making too much yards up the middle of the park. So they've gone in and put in the big power.
Well, there's some steel, isn't there? Peacock having led that drive. Here comes Barrow now. Luluai trying to push his way through. The man called Kiley. Diskin. Here's Sinfield. This is Eastwood.
Move!
And you can see how close they are. It's an excellent position here for Leeds as Diskin collects again and throws it back to Sinfield, and now Burrow. Burrow with a step off the left foot. The big men are just clutching at shadows as he runs past. Actually submerged under a couple of St Helens defenders. Diskin away. Maguire showing it, then giving it. Delaney crashing on.
Great angle, Delaney.
Well held by Wilkin. Diskin with a kick to the corner, and it just rolls out of play.
I think Scott Moore's struggling a little bit here, and as we mentioned, if he goes down, then they've got problems. Just limping a little bit. Stand a jog now, run it off.
Well, he's okay for the minute. We've got about 8 minutes to half time here. It's Cunningham away from acting half. Clough.
2, move, hold, go.
Here's Cunningham.
Matt.
Bit of silence settling around the Gulf
it.
Farm Stadium at the moment.
The call was there. That's better. That is a kick, which he says, I'm going to make sure this time.
Well, the St Helens fans were applauding, ironically there, weren't they, that they actually did fine touch properly with that kick. But excellent position here for St Helens now. Cunningham, Pulatua, dragging in the defenders, trying to get that ball free.
They're definitely winning the forward battle, aren't they, Saints?
Wait, no,
Cunningham again. Here's Clough. He's done a slice through those 2 Leeds defenders. Cunningham, Roby, using the men on the outside as a foil, but not fooling that Leeds line. They still have a couple of tackles left here, and Cunningham is over.
He scores.
Has he got it down?
How many times?
Yes, he has.
How many times have we seen that?
It's what he has made his trademark over the years. Kieran Cunningham barrelling out from acting half, and even though they knew it was coming, Leeds simply couldn't stop him. And Saints, from trailing, are now in the lead from 8-0 down. Lead 12 points to 8. 10-8 rather.
They've just kept on coming, kept on coming. Here he goes. Clarkson, Burrow, and just bounces him off.
Well, no need for the video referee, the man who has a statue in his hometown. He's so popular, he's one of the greats of all time, the greatest of all time, they reckon, because when they had a vote to decide who the bronze statue was going to be of, which St Helens legend, it was Kieran Cunningham they chose. It's not a bad honour, is it?
It's a magnificent honour. Not many statues around the place in the UK, let me tell you.
Well, there are not many people who get statues while they're still alive, do they? Jamie Foster, as we mentioned before, prolific, metronomic in his kicking ability, and over it goes. Never any doubt, so now it is 12-8. St Helens in the lead. But a great time to score and a great way to score.
It has just been a great play, this man, I'm telling you.
So 12-8 with about 5 minutes of the half remaining. And a cup tie, a cup semi-final that really has swung one way and the other. It looks as though Leeds were getting on top. Foster here, in keeping it in play, almost loses possession for his side, but does well to recover.
He did well there, because they've left the ball bounce a couple of occasions now. They've got to put more men in that area to take the kick on the full.
Real emerging talent, Jamie Foster. Cunningham barking out the orders as he moves up to acting half-back again here. Over the head of Roby, into the hands of Wilkin, along the line to Flannery. Melly was up there in support. Leeds defenders there in enough numbers and with enough determination. Gardner away from acting half.
Again, they've been so basic, you know. They've stuck to their game plan and done exceptionally well. Just watch, there you go.
Wilkin with a kick.
Might be a bit too much. Check on it.
Bounce is perfect. A little bit of backspin on the sand wedge. And it means that Webb finds himself submerged by St Helens defenders before he's taken too many yards upfield. This is Hall. It's a good break by the winger. Ryan Hall now. Trying to get the pace on the outside of Helens.
There we are, look at that first half territory. Dominant, you know, dominant. And possession, they've been dominant. They've kept the ball.
Pick up by Diskin. Peacock. Looking for the offload. Decides to keep hold in the end.
Plenty of time in this half. Field position now.
Sinfield. Eastwood. Behind him when he caught it, but does well to offload. And here's Luluai from a standing start. Pushes away Clough.
Surrender! Stand up, boy!
So they still have 2 tackles. In fact, this is the last tackle now. Here's Burrow. Burrow slides it through. Little scampering, bouncing run. Helens is there. Gets back into the field of play. Consummate full-back work again.
Yeah, made that ball his own. Great call. Forward he went.
2.
Just watch, that's what you want there. Plenty of bodies there, but there's only one man claiming it.
He is the master at that position. Flannery, the Australian centre, with some experience as well. Cunningham probing the blind side where Roby's there to scamper away.
4. Move!
3 defenders doing their job.
Hold the 10, hold!
Moore. Jacob Emmett, the young prop forward, another of these young St Helens starlets who are coming through. Cunningham back away to Moore with a kick, and again just looking for a very basic, honest, efficient kick. That means that Leeds have to start inside their own half on this next set.
No, it's been a very professional first half by St Helens. The late change of Liam Price has affected their style of play. He'll be happy with their first half performance. Leeds won't panic, you know, still in the game, dangerous runners, but they just haven't had good field position or possession yet.
Move!
Always coming from their own, you know, half near the try line.
2. Move!
Diskin, here's Peacock. Looking to surge it forward again.
Move! Hold! 3.
Diskin away from acting half, but sandwiched between 2 defenders. Webb with very good and quick hands. Sinfield, oh, Eastwood's given it away! Melly's in his stride! And this time, no doubts! Francis Melly slows to a walk underneath the sticks. St Helens are running away with it.
Just didn't need to do that. A blind pass over the shoulder. That is a sucker punch just before half-time. I said Leeds would have been happy with the possession of territory they've had. Now it's time to regroup, and Sinfield will say that. Just watch here. The ball comes out, he turns, doesn't even look. Melly reads it because Delaney is going away from the pass. Strolls in. Walks in, puts the ball down. Just watch, he doesn't even look. Melly reads it superbly well. And that is it. Once he hits it on the toe, no one's catching him.
Francis Melly's contract's up at the end of this season. He came very close there to the whitewash. I think he was always aware of where it was. So a little peering look from Phil Bentham just to make sure it was clean, but it was, no problems.
What they've done now, really, you know, as I said, they've strangled Leeds, really. All the power play, gone up the middle. As Robbie said, Leeds brought the big men on to try and stop that. But they've kind of just kept on chiseling away, got in front by Helens, and then the mistake by Eastwood.
Foster adds a 2. 18 points to 8. A reminder that Leeds were leading this game by 8 points to 0 at one stage, and at that stage looked good.
Oh, miracle pass, didn't look. It was forward as well. And that's it.
Well, the hooter sounds on what has been a half of contrasts. Leeds, when Ryan Hall went in and touched down, looked like they were the side most likely to run away with it here. But St Helens hitting back, Helens, Cunningham and Melly. It is they who are bossing it. Leeds 8, St Helens 18 at half-time.